Namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant. Give me a big and beautiful shout out on this Transformation Sunday, our lecture, our meditation and healing. Before we begin, let us invoke. Place the hands on the heart. Be aware of the heart. Be aware of the center of the heart. Be aware of the center of the crown. Be aware of them together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, the respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Cho Koksui, to his teacher, Lord Bodhisattva Mele, the Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, the Buddha of compassion and mercy and wish fulfillment, to Lord Ganesh, the remover of any and all internal and external obstacles in the way of our path, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, the teacher of the violet flame and materialization, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to our divine selves or higher souls, we humbly invoke for your divine light, love, and power, your divine help, guidance, and protection. We ask for awareness, understanding, and inner transformation. We thank you, Lord God. We thank you all. With gratitude, respect, and love. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome, Jason, if you can hear me. Good to have you on. Okay. Welcome, Jason, if you can't hear me. Um, my brother's name is Jason, my oldest brother. So I was racking my brain last night. I go, all right, well, what are we going to talk about for the lecture? And I'm thinking. It's getting later in the day, later and later and later. Not yet. All the little people came up and cornered him. Sounds about right. And nothing came to me. And then this morning, I'm kind of lying in bed and I'm thinking, I was like, what's the lecture? What are we going to talk about? Nothing's coming to me. And I always wait to be inspired, right? I want to be inspired. And then I'm getting into the shower and I go, huh, that's a good viewpoint. That's a good angle. Okay, I think we can go with that. When in doubt, right? Um, character building. Character building. So in Pranic healing or Arhatic yoga, we realize that all suffering starts in the mind, right? Comes from inaccurate viewpoint. So if you don't see something correctly, you suffer. I have to keep an eye on the family, so I'll turn the camera off for a while. Not a problem. So if there's suffering in your life, there's one or multiple virtues not being practiced, and possibly even vices that are being practiced. And it was interesting because once someone has understanding of the virtues, they can use it as a checklist on their life every single day. You can go down the checklist of the virtues, right? I have clients do that, and it was interesting. One of my clients was coaching herself the other day, and she realized, huh, okay, so I'm suffering because I'm actually not practicing the virtue of constancy, of aim, and effort, and non-laziness, which is causing this, and this to occur in my life. I said, exactly. So with awareness, you have inner transformation. And I've been doing a lot of that over the past 6 months. I mean, I've been doing that a lot for the past 22 years, but it's definitely amped up the past 6 months. My mentor and I were doing some experiments the other day, and I realized I'm kind of, it sounds like I'm all over the place, but I'm looking at stuff and I, it'll all congeal at the end. So my mentor and I have been working on things to move me forward in my life so I can be a greater instrument of goodwill and the will to do good for many, many people. And I remember one of the masters said at a retreat a few years back that you have to evolve faster than your clients. I was like, I have to evolve faster than my clients? Why is that? Because if I'm trying to teach them higher principles and higher energies, I have to be an embodiment of those energies, right? So Master Choa related this to when you go to a bookstore and you look at an author and you go, should I buy that book or should I leave that book on the bookshelf? It's dependent upon the energy of the person. Because the message could be beautiful, but the messenger has a lot of work to do. So if you're reading a book on spirituality and you scan the crown chakra of the author and it's smaller than yours, not a good book for you on spirituality. Maybe a good book for somebody else. If you're reading a book on finances, may have good information in it, but if the author is having problems of finances in their lives, not a good book to buy on your finances. So you want to read and connect to people's energies that are more developed and more evolved than you because they can pick you up, right? Because everything is about energy. So connecting it to initiations on the spiritual path, you can receive the knowledge of pranic healing classes, Arhatic yoga classes, but the energy is not embedded or not transferred from that teacher through the student to the new practitioner, for instance, right? So that's why in the Origins of Modern Pranic Healing book, Master Choa talks about rogue instructors, people that just have been empowered, have the teachings, have the knowledge, and then they kind of start coming up with their own system. They start coming up with their own take on things, and then they're no longer empowered because they're withdrawn. The energy of the teacher has been withdrawn from their lives, so they become like a deflated balloon. So they can teach people different meditation practices, but they are not empowered, and so the energy doesn't dispel the darkness within the student, which is key, right? Which is key. So you can talk to someone who is illiterate, right? Doesn't quote unquote know a lot of things, but is extraordinarily advanced. And just a few words, few sentences out of their mouth, you can have an awakening. So, how is this connected to the virtues? Because everything is connected to the virtues, because the virtues are connected to the soul, the qualities of the soul, light, love, and power. So, the love aspect is physicalized and materialized through loving kindness, non-injury, and generosity and non-stealing. Those two virtues are connected to the love aspect of the soul. You have power, which is constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness, right? Then you have the light aspect, which is accurate perception and correct expression, the most difficult of the three aspects to develop. And then you have the fifth virtue, which is moderation and non-excessiveness, is taking the three aspects of light, love, and power, and what do you need at what point in your life? Where are you needing more love, or where are you needing more light, or where are you needing more power, or changing the ratio? Ideally, as I understand it, a holy master is one who has perfected light, love, and power, meaning they're perfectly balanced within their systems. A holy master. So we have a ways to go before we've balanced the three aspects of light, love, and power. But if your life is suffering in any way, shape, or form, go back to the virtues. Where am I dropping the ball in the virtues? Which that's partly a lot of the work that I've been doing with my mentor lately is looking at, okay, there's suffering here in my life, here in my life, and here in my life. Where were the virtues not being practiced? At this point of what I'm noticing, it's connected to inaccurate perception, not seeing a situation clearly. So when you don't see a situation clearly, you distort it, and then you live your life based on the distortion. So if you were a kid and you were told the wrong information, right? There's a saying in the world of programming: garbage in, garbage out. So if you were not programmed right as a child, then you are going to live your life based on false programming or wrong programming. So many people experience that. Actually, something I've been looking at a lot lately within the world of social media, within TikTok, within what's the other one I was looking at? Snapchat, that you see a lot of couples doing pranks on one another or filming each other in embarrassing situations. Like one person will be filming another person and they'll be asking embarrassing questions for the purpose of what? Clout, likes, follows, advertising dollars, right? At the expense of their partner. So they're ready, willing, and able to embarrass their partner, make their partner look bad, distort the perception of other people on a massive scale, and all for the purpose of what? Greed. So it's lacking loving kindness and non-injury to the partner. So that seems to be a more common theme than ever before. And it's super unhealthy. It's super unhealthy. How do we detect our own programs? Goes back to what we've talked about before. Inner reflection or firm resolution, which means you have to be still, you have to sit down somewhere, be still, be aware, and look at your life. That's how you detect a program. And from the point of suffering, go, okay, well, here I am right now. I'm not fully enlightened. I'm not a fully realized human being. What's lacking? Right? You can look at your life. Okay, how's my health doing? My health is great. Okay. Could it be better? Yes. Am I in the process of making it better? Yes. Okay. So we can put that one to bed. How are my relationships? How are the relationship with myself? How are the relationship with my friends and family members? My coworkers? Are they harmonious? Are they loving? Are they kind? Where's the suffering? So you're kind of being like a detective in your own life, looking for where the suffering is, which requires a degree of self-honesty. That's why the virtue of accurate perception and correct expression is the most difficult of all virtues. Because if you come from a life of negative programming and lying to oneself and trauma and protecting yourself from that trauma, how can you see something clearly? So that's why you have to just sit and go, is there suffering in my life? And the fact that you might have difficulty in sitting is an indicator, right? I say the number one reason most people don't practice meditation of any kind is because they quote unquote can't quiet their mind. Why can't they quiet their mind? Where's the noise? Right? If they live a life of peace and stillness and happiness, it should be easy to acquire that. You should just sit, be still, and go into bliss. Why can't one go into bliss? Aha. There must be agitations in the mental body and agitations in the emotional body. Well, what are those agitations? So you start general, and then you start getting more and more and more specific until you get to the core energy. It was interesting because a mentor of mine said a few years ago about partnerships. And she goes, oh, I understand you're looking for a certain kind of partner with a certain kind of physicality, a certain kind of physical look. Okay, I understand that's important to you. But what if the person didn't have a body? What if they didn't have a physical body? What would you base the attraction off of? I said, well, I guess energy. I guess I would base it off of energy of the person. And she goes, okay. And what kind of energy? And then this goes back to the virtues. And it was interesting because it opened up a door in my consciousness at that time, but it was so high level for me then, I couldn't comprehend what she was saying. This is about 3 years ago. I couldn't really get it. I couldn't grasp it, right? It was too abstract. It wasn't concrete enough, right? Abstract is ajna, concrete is throat. It wasn't concrete. But as I've meditated on that over the past 3 years, and as I've been doing more and more inner work and inner purification, I can now see when you view people not through their sex, like their gender, male, female, if you don't view people through their race, through their nationality, through their political preferences or viewpoints. If you start viewing people through the virtues, it becomes super clear. Super clear. I know it sounds like, duh, that's a no-brainer. Obviously. Wasn't obvious to me for many, many years. But once you view someone through the virtues, through that filter, meaning is the person a good person or is the person lacking in these areas, everything becomes super clear versus, okay, the person's a Democrat, therefore they're this. The person's a Republican, therefore they're this, right? That's not accurate perception, correct expression, right? It could be an indicator, it could be a collective thought form that the person has plugged into, but you could just be prejudging the person, right? Or saying all men are like this or all women are like this. You're not seeing the person through the lens of virtues. Meaning, okay, the person let's say you don't like Republicans, right? That's just your thing. Your political viewpoint is Democratic, you don't like Republicans, right? But let's say and so you meet someone who you find out that they're a Republican, and your past viewpoint would have been you're a Republican, you're a bad person because of this, this, and this. Or you can look through the lens of the virtues and go, is this person loving and kind? Is this person generous? Um, is this person the way they are from childhood programming, traumas, hurts, pains, etc.? Does this person practice moderation and not excessiveness? Are they a balanced human being? Are their viewpoints moderate, or are they extreme or fanatical? Right? Is this person industrious? Do they get things done? Do they keep their word? So when you view somebody through the lens of the filter, through the lens of the virtues, you can go, huh, well, kind of regardless of whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, right? Or you're agnostic, or you're a Christian, or you're an atheist, or you're a Buddhist, because those are lower levels of truth, right? Those are lower levels of truth. I know many people that say I'm a Christian or I'm a Jew, but I'm not a practicing Christian or practicing Jew. All right, well, what does that even mean? Does that mean you are fanatic? So that means you're not fanatical, but does that also mean that you don't practice the qualities of that religion, the virtues of that religion? Does that mean you just come and go as you please? You do whatever you want, regardless of how it affects other people, affects your life, the lives of others? Like, what does that mean? So you view the person through the lens of the virtues. And it's a much easier and a much more reliable way of understanding somebody versus, oh, the person's a Republican, well then never mind. Oh, the person's agnostic, never mind. The person's a feminist, never mind. The person's a misogynist, never mind. Right? So this requires, yeah, some work, but the cool thing is, as you work on the virtues in your life, as you become more virtuous, you can then see virtue in others. Like energy attracts like energy. Opposite energies repel each other. Virtue, um, not repels. How do I say that? Someone who is not very virtuous is not attracted to a virtuous person. Virtue knows virtue. I've given this story before. Over the years, there was one of my mentors was at a retreat, and one of the masters was sitting down doing some work, and this mentor went over to the master and was dumbfounded. He was looking clairvoyantly at the master Pranic healer, and the master was smiling and knew he was looking. He says, "Oh, what do you see?" And he goes, "Your aura is encrusted with all these different kinds of diamonds and gems. Like I see emeralds, I see literal diamonds, energetic diamonds, emeralds, rubies. It's like brilliant to look at. And he goes, "Ah, do you know what those are?" It's like, no, what are these? He goes, "They're the virtues." His whole aura was encrusted in them. So as you do good things, you get little. We talked about programs earlier. How do you know if you have programs? Well, we have not so good programs, right? And then we have the good programs, which are connected to the virtues. So every time you do an act of loving kindness and non-injury towards yourself and towards other people, you implant a virtue in you. And then that virtue does what? Attracts other virtues. It's like um, it's like a crystal in your aura that radiates energy. It's a signal in the inner world. Just like trauma and pain and not so wholesome programs are also in the aura radiating energy. So did that materialize overnight to have an aura that's encrusted in virtues, encrusted in all these different diamonds and gems? No. Took many, many lifetimes. And that's what you take with you when you leave your body. So all those beautiful qualities of the soul go with the soul, not with the body. Remember, karma doesn't go with the body, karma goes with the soul. So all the good things that you do in this lifetime go with you. All the not so good things that you do in this lifetime also go with you. And that's the process of reincarnation over and over and over again. Actually, I had a client who, in her particular faith, um, reincarnation is not spoken of as having multiple lifetimes in a physical body. So I said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to take that viewpoint, right? You accept what makes sense, and what doesn't make sense, you put it on the shelf. She goes, okay. So we had a good conversation about the virtues. We had a good conversation about how long it takes to master a virtue, and she kind of sat with it. A few days later, we did healing. We did coaching and healing, and then it came up again. And then all of a sudden, it made sense. She goes, now I get that I couldn't have mastered all of these things in one incarnation. So there has to be multiple incarnations. There just has to be. So a viewpoint that she's had for 40 years, right, was starting to dissolve because she was accessing higher levels of truth. And now she goes, huh, I never looked at it that way. And you could visibly see her relax and able to breathe deeper because her suffering was being alleviated because that viewpoint was causing cognitive dissonance within her and was causing suffering. It wasn't me changing her view. It wasn't me changing her religion. It was helping me understand what all religions are pointing towards: oneness with God, oneness with all. So she was stuck at the lower level of truth, and when higher levels of truth were being presented to her, which incorporates the higher and the lower, she couldn't make the jump. She couldn't bridge the two because she was looking at all the truths as this level. That's why truth is paradoxical spiritually if you just look at all of them at the same level. But when you go, there's higher levels, there's mid levels, and lower levels of truth, I can see how that makes sense. The analogy we would use is, okay, if I said you live in this state, this country, and this planet, which one is accurate? Well, they're all accurate, but it depends on the context and who you're talking to. If I talk to an extraterrestrial, I would say I live on planet Earth, but I wouldn't say that to someone that I live in the same state with. I would say, "Oh, you live in Texas. Well, I live in this city in Texas, and you live in that city in Texas." Oh, okay. So it's contextual, levels of truth. They're all accurate. To say you live in the planet, to say you live in your state and your city, they're all accurate. But it's the context, right? So again, summing up, if you have suffering in your life, it's because you're not practicing one or several of the virtues. If you want to alleviate your suffering, you have to sit down, be still, be aware, and look at your life. A lot of awareness has come up with me over the past 2 months about suffering that I intellectually knew about. I intellectually knew suffering from my childhood, trauma from my childhood. I intellectually knew it, but I didn't have the awareness on how much that trauma had negatively affected me, my life, until I started suffering more. Because as my energy body changes in vibration, it's able to access higher frequencies. But but through the process of accessing higher frequencies, the old forms need to die. The old forms need to be dissolved. That's how evolution happens. So it's like Master Ko has the expression that there are no uh, there are no carry-ons in the energy world. Meaning, as your vibration changes, the lower aspects of you cannot go with you, cannot go to that higher plane. So they have to be purified out of one system. So if you want to go higher, you have to let go of your trauma. If you want to go higher, you have to let go of certain negative programs. If you want to go higher, you have to let go of certain weaknesses within your system. And the way you let go of them is through awareness and healing or through suffering, right? Master Choa said you can either learn through the patience and love of the teacher, or you can learn through the suffering of the lords of karma. Your choice, right? But if you're evolving, the karma has to be worked out in some way, shape, or form, or you can't go higher. That's why most people on the spiritual path who don't work out their karma, who don't purify, who don't work on their character building, inevitably fall, right? And then it can take a lifetime or many lifetimes to recover from that fall. But either way, you're going to work through it. And then at the end of that working through process, one lifetime or many lifetimes, they will be more evolved and more developed and be able to access higher energies. And those are the great teachers. Keep in mind, the great teachers have fallen probably many times. So they have the awareness of getting ready for a fall. I need to do this, this, and this before it happens. Versus they lack the awareness. They do the thing that creates the fall. They fall, and then it takes them a very, very long time to recover. So the way we detect our programs is through awareness and looking at where the suffering is in our lives. Also, another way of doing it, I've actually read several books that recommend this, and I think it's actually there's a good level of truth to it. Talk to people who don't like you. Talk to people who don't like you. That's a great way of finding out what you have to work on. One of the best conversations I've ever had was by a person who mm, didn't hate me as a person, but hated the idea of me, if that makes sense. I represented something in his life that he didn't like. It wasn't that him and I had issues with one another, but it's what I represented. But we had that phone call. He gave me some very, very, very critical feedback, but that was a turning point in my life, right? But if I wasn't practicing the virtue of, drumroll please, humility, then I would have completely and utterly either ignored that feedback or done the opposite of that feedback. So it goes back to the virtues yet again. So that's another way of detecting programs. Because let's say you are The interesting thing about this, if you are so unaware of your negative programs, the likelihood of you being open and receptive to feedback about that negative program is unlikely. Meaning, if you have an addiction and you're in such denial about your addiction, you can have someone come to you and say, do you think you have a drinking problem? Do you think you have a shopping problem? Do you think you have a sex problem? Most likely you're going to be like, no, no, I don't. I got it under control. So then there's no growth, there's no development. So that's why you have to be humble when you go to people. And you have to practice discernment. They could be wrong with their feedback. No, I don't. I actually, why does this person think I have a drinking addiction? I don't drink at all, right? So you practice discernment. Or shopping addiction. My finances are in order. I spend, this limit of my income per month, which is the right limit, right? So you have to be humble, practice discernment. But if somebody says to you, hey, you have really low self-esteem, well, why do you say that? Because of this, this, and this. That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. I'll work on it. And then guess what? Now you have your suffering to look into further, work through that, work through the trauma, the programming, the pain, and then come out on the other side, vibrating higher, being having a stronger connection to the virtues. Or you just keep banging your head up against the wall and go through that. Don't recommend it. So I hope that was somewhat on point, somewhat on track. Hopefully you got some value from today's talk um, on the virtues. You can only go as high as your virtues are developed. I've realized that more and more. Master Cho was talking about it's the foundation of your life. So if you're building a building, the building can only go as high as the foundation is deep. The deeper the foundation, the higher the building. The better your character is, the higher you can go up in your spiritual practices. But if you have a very weak foundation built on vice and lack of virtue, the building will topple and it will create a tremendous amount of pain for you and many, many, many people. So, shall we do our exercises, everyone? Again, as you've seen in the group, we have the YouTube video on the pre-meditation exercises you can do before and after meditation. And on Sundays, we do 2 rounds of exercises. And I am going to find a song for everybody. And then for everyone at home, I'm pausing you so we don't have any copyright infringements of music. So let's pause, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you got your exercise on, cleansed and purified the physical and etheric bodies. As the Bible says, you don't pour new wine into old wine bags. So we are the wine bags. We're cleansing through our physical exercises. Adriana looks like she's at a martial arts dojo in Japan. Cobra Kai. I feel like I'm meditating as I'm talking to you. Okay, so everyone sit comfortably. We'll do our 6-3, 6-3 breathing. Again, inhaling for a count of 6 through the nose, holding for a count of 3, exhaling for a count of 6 through the nose, holding for a count of 3. Breathing is smooth, rhythmic, and quiet. When you inhale, the belly goes out. When you exhale, the belly goes in. The chest should not move at all. For the first breath only, let's exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Breathe normally. Be aware of the stillness. Be aware of the bliss. Be aware of the crown and silently repeat after me. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Chobo Koksui. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. I am the soul. Maintain your sense of stillness, awareness, and oneness. Raise your hands in blessing with your palms facing out, chest level. Be aware of your heart, your hands, and the earth. Silently follow me. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Bless the entire earth, every person, every being with pink, loving energies of peace, sweetness, and forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself for past hurts and pains that you may have caused with others. Peace, love, and forgiveness to the entire earth, every person, every being, including you. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's doubt, faith. Let the entire earth, every person, every being be blessed with hope and faith that they can heal, that they can transform, that they can be alleviated of their pain, their sorrow, and suffering, no matter what, because with God all things are possible. So be it. Let every person, every being be blessed with hope and faith. So be it. And where there is darkness, light, sadness, joy. Wherever there are difficult, challenging times throughout the planet, with war and famine and civil unrest, political unrest. Bless these areas with light and joy. Also, where all the floods are happening throughout Europe, and the 200 plus souls that have lost their lives. Bless these areas with light and joy, with soothing, healing energies. So be it. So be it. So it is. Be aware of your crown. Be aware of your hands in the earth. Again, be aware of your crown, the center of your crown, the center of your hands in the earth. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, and to be loved as to love. See yourself consoling others in their time of need. See yourself as a loving person, a person who understands, a person who responds rather than reacts, a person who is of stillness, a person who reflects, a person who has awareness. See yourself consoling others in their time of need. In this moment, through the Twin Hearts meditation, you see the entire earth taking a sigh of relief. See all sentient beings taking a sigh of relief, being consoled, being soothed. Now, so be it. Be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown, be aware of your hands in the earth, and see sparkling golden energies being poured into the planet. For it is in the giving that we receive. It is in the parting that we are pardoned. It is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. As we plant virtue, we reap even more virtue. And that all goes with us when we leave the body. They are permanent. As you continue to do your spiritual practice, you experience greater oneness. Less and less and less separation between you and others. And not just you and others of friends or family members, or even others of people in other countries, but other beings, other souls. Because there's only oneness. There is only oneness. There is only oneness. Be still, be aware. Amen. Saint Francis of Assisi, gently lower your hands in your lap, palms facing up. Be aware of the beautiful, loving energies within your heart. Feel the love. Feel the sweetness and tenderness within the heart. Be aware of the heart. Inhale. Be aware of 12 inches above the crown. Exhale. Again, be aware of the heart. Inhale. Be aware of 12 inches above the crown. Exhale. See the light becoming brighter. Again, be aware of the heart. Be aware of the love in the heart. Inhale. Be aware of 12 inches above the crown. Exhale. Send the loving energies up, 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 up. And stay there. Be aware of the bliss. Be aware of the peace and the love. As you hear the mantra Om, allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to expand ever further. Just let go. Be still. Be aware of the light. Let go. Now. Slowly and gently come back to your body. Slowly and gently come back. Move your fingers, your feet, your hands, toes. Wiggle your feet, wiggle your toes. Slowly come back. Let's raise the hands again on chest level. Release the excess energies. Be aware of the heart, the hands, the crown, the earth. Let's release the excess energies. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Kuk Sui, let the entire earth, every person, every being be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power, with help, guidance, and protection, with soothing, healing energies, with material and financial abundance, prosperity, and great, great success. Blessings be to all, healings be to all. So be it. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Kuk Sui, let Pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, the Twin Hearts meditation, and higher teachings spread properly, rapidly, enthusiastically throughout the entire planet to alleviate the suffering of mankind. So be it. Let's bless this week for all of us with the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Kuk Sui. Let this coming Monday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With emotional calmness and stability, let Monday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Tuesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with physical strength and vitality. Let Tuesday be blessed. So be it. Let this Wednesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with proper and effective communication among all people. Let Wednesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Thursday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with prosperity, abundance, and great, great success. Let Thursday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Friday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with happiness and joy of a successful week. Let Friday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Saturday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let us properly and rapidly learn our spiritual material lessons. Let Saturday be blessed. So be it. And let this coming Sunday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with a successful following week. Let Sunday be blessed. Let the entire upcoming week be flooded and filled with golden energies. See, the environment is golden. All the environments, your home environment, your work environment, your travels to the grocery store, post office, coffee shops, gym or yoga studios, PTA meetings, whatever it is that you're doing, see it flooded with golden light. Lots and lots of gold. So be it. So be it. So it is. See your friends and family members in front of you. See them as healthy, happy, holy, healed. See them as smiling, enjoying their lives, growing, transforming, becoming better, getting their acts together. See them happy. So be it. So be it. So be it. Now see a project in front of you that's important to you to materialize, to complete, to move forward, to resolve, and see it clearly in front of you as done, resolved, completed, successful. See it as bright, 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 bright. Very, very bright. Very, very bright. So be it. So be it. So it is. Place your hands down towards the ground. Be aware of the 3 points, the soles of your feet, and the base of your spine, roots of golden light going into the earth, anchoring you into the earth, making you practical, helping you to materialize your ideals and ideas. Mentally affirm, I am rooted, I am connected, I am grounded to Mother Earth now. So be it. So be it, so be it, so be it. So be it, so be it, so be it. Let Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, good earth, and good people. So be it. So be it. So it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. And be aware of them together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Cho Kuksui, Lord Mahaguru Jmeling, the Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, the Lord Ganesh, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, to the healing angels, healing ministers, to our divine selves or higher souls, we thank you, thank you, thank you, all for your great, great blessings, for your soothing, healing energies. We thank you in full faith, gratitude, respect, and love. So be it. Welcome back, Cotter. Feedback, how is everyone?
It's difficult to write on my phone, so I'll speak. I was outside and there was a lot of noise and wind, but I could feel the very intense energy. And during the healing, it felt like weight of my back was lifted. So thank you, Christian. I could definitely feel the difference. Thank you.
You act like there's stressors where you're at. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just everyday life.
Everyday family life. Okay. Very good.
Exactly.
You're welcome. Weird. Chrissy starts coughing after meditation. Strange how that happens. Do you feel better, Chrissy? Yes?
It's morning. Cough is quiet in the morning.
Oh, sweet. It only gets worked up in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, let's do our exercises. Let's ground a little bit. I want to see how you guys are with this. Let me play some music. Everyone at home, again, the deal 54 jumping jacks, or if you're super fit, 108 jumping jacks. Then you do 12 twisty turnings. You inhale, contract every muscle, shake, 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 shake. So you're like wringing out a towel, upper part of the body, lower part of the body. Do that 12 times, and then you repeat jumping jacks, twisty turnies. Okay? And you can do Tibetans if you want. Oh, whoa. That's quite the view. I like it. Beautiful. Fresh energy coming in. Nice. Well, other than that view, are you guys amazing? Do you feel better? Integrated? Yes. Chrissy, how are the lungs? Better? Yeah, right, they're better. Good, good, good. When did Adriana become a healer? Okay. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everyone. Lots of love and sweetness and kindness. Love, 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 love. And I will catch you for the Thursday's Q&A. Now you might be wondering, Christian, you haven't posted anything on Facebook in 2 weeks. What is going on? Nothing. I'm just not posting. That's it. No mystery. No secret grab bag. Just not posting. I am focusing on other things right now. But I'm sure I'll get eventually back out there. Maybe in a different way. Good for you. So funny. Um, is there anything else? I feel like there's something else. Let's see. It's the 18th. I have less than 2 weeks here before I leave here to go to Sarasota, Florida, to see my son for a month. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something else I have to tell you guys, but it's eluding me right now. Live your life by the virtues. If you get nothing from anything I've ever said, take that to the bank. When does he go back to school? He's going to be going back to school. I think he starts late. I think he starts in the beginning of September. My son has always had different kind of school scenario because he does improv, he does acting, he was homeschooled for several years on and off. So it's hard to keep up with his schedule actually and the stuff that he's learned. One year him and his classmates built an entire plane. And I was like, "Oh, that's cute. Like a plane, like a little like remote control. No, like an actual plane, like a biplane. Where like two people can sit in and fly around." So that was one of his assignments for a year. So he does a lot of interesting things in school. All right. I got nothing for now. I'll be posting this later on today. Any questions, let me know. And lots of love to both of you. All of you. All of you who've logged in later. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Yes, but hands on. I'm all about it.